Okay, so we had a great climb on Kilimanjaro. We left the Karanga Valley camp and made our way up to Barafu, where most teams spend the night before the summit. We take lunch in Barafu, and then we go from there about an hour and a half further above Barafu, about 500 vertical feet through a rocky, steep section, and we set camp in the Kosovo camp at 16,000 feet. It puts our group a lot closer to the summit for the summit push, and also when they head out from the Barafu camp, it's steep and rocky, and it's not the best place to start in the dark of night. So this trip was fun. We had a full moon summit night, which is always fun to do. You could, for most of the night, I didn't use my headlamp and just could see from the moonlight. The group all did well. We had 11 people. They all made the summit. On that night, I'm quite busy, so it's dark. It's hard to take video. I took a couple video clips of them starting out, but then as you know, guiding wise, you have your hands quite full helping people at the brakes and getting them going, and the GoPro doesn't shoot very well in low light, so the dark shots don't work very well. Then we try to make the timing, so we left around 1 o'clock in the morning. The group has been moving pretty well all together. Make a lineup of where I want each person in the group, and then we set a nice slow pace. We took about 4 breaks on the way up to Stella Point, short breaks for a little drink, a little snack, maybe a layer change as we go up. It gets colder, so they could adjust their layers a little bit, gloves or insulating down type layers. And then we had a beautiful summit night. You can see Kili here in the background, and we got up to Stella Point right around sunrise. We bring some hot drinks on the hike to the top. The guides bring some hot drinks, so we have some ginger tea, hot tea at some of the breaks to help warm people up, keep them going. We hit Stella Point right around 6:30 in the morning, and then that last hour is low angle from Stella Point. Lower angle, you are at 19,000 feet on up to the top, 19,341 feet. So we're not moving much faster, but once we make Stella Point, we feel that the whole group's going to make the top. And we worked our way around up to Uhuru Peak. We had a great sunrise and time on the summit, and then yesterday afternoon or mid-morning or early morning, I guess, after we summit, we come back down to the high camp. Everybody takes a nap for about an hour and a half. Then we get up, have lunch. After lunch, we slowly come about 3 hours down to the Millennium Camp right here in the Moreland Zone where I am now. And we just left the Millennium Camp. So that's about 12,500 feet. And we spend the night there. And it's really nice. Everybody was happy. All 11 people made the top. So we have our last night on the mountain. And they're at a lower altitude. Even though it's quite high, they're quite acclimatized from all the days prior. We haven't been that low since the second day, so it feels really nice to get back a little lower. Everybody sleeps very well, and they're tired from the long night and the long day to the summit and back down to the Millennium Camp. So we made our way back down to the Millennium Camp, spent the evening, and then this morning after breakfast now we'll make our way down to the Muweka Camp, through the rainforest to the Muweka Gate, where we'll have a little celebration to thank the crew, do a little tipping pool, and all the local team is appreciative of that. And then we'll head back to the lodge with the entire group. We'll make a stop at the Kilimanjaro Kids Community, our orphanage facility on 4 acres. As we pass by, it's right along the way. Give the group a little site tour there, show them what we're doing to give back to the local community here in Tanzania, Africa. And then we'll head back to the Serena Lodge. At the Serena Lodge, everybody will enjoy, I'm sure, a nice hot shower, maybe a massage if they signed up for it. And then in the evening tonight we'll have a big group private celebration barbecue dinner, and that's really nice. I think everybody's just in great spirits after a 7-day trip on Kilimanjaro and getting back to the lodge and having a private dinner for just our group, a nice barbecue. Some of the local guys come and join us, and we'll have a really fun evening there. Then I'd say that everybody on this trip tomorrow will embark on a 4-day safari through the Ngoro Conservation Area down into the Ngoro Crater, and then on for a couple days in the Serengeti to see some of East Africa's most iconic and best wild game parks. So they'll go do a 4-day safari. They'll fly back at the end of the safari to Arusha in a safari plane, like a 15-passenger high-wing plane, into Arusha, collect the bag that they left at the lodge with all their Kilimanjaro gear, and then head back to the airport. So super successful time on Kilimanjaro. Once again, our team here over the last 17-18 years that we've been doing this, we've refined all the little details that help keep Kilimanjaro fun and safe, and it's really all in the details of our camps and our guide experience, taking care of our local team, and all the little things that we do along the way to make these 7 days really special. And the group really notices. I see that, and they even tell me. So it's always a pleasure for me to come over and guide some of these trips. We also have other guides that guide these trips for worldwide trekking, and Kilimanjaro is just such a special thing for people to accomplish, and it really is an accomplishment. It does not come easy on the summit night. It's a long trek up to the top. They're at high altitude, and they really work for it, and they really earn it, and it's just incredible to see. And I think that that's something that really sticks with people, is that they've got to do this trek. They've got to camp 6 nights on the mountain. They've got to hike to 19,341 feet and come back down. Today we're going to descend from the Millennium Camp to the Mweka Gate, 7,000 feet over 6 miles. So it's a steep descent out, and it's really beautiful. And at the end tonight at the celebration dinner, I would say that everybody will be there sitting around thinking of their accomplishment, and they'll bring that home. And it's something that's so special to me for people to see just what they can push themselves to accomplish and do on a trip over here in Tanzania and on Kilimanjaro. But the roof of Africa, Kilimanjaro, 19,341 feet, the highest point in Africa, on the African continent, and just an amazing accomplishment for our guests and our groups. We've got a number of trips coming up throughout the summer this year. We usually are here from June through the October season is their long dry season, so that's a good time to come. I'll be back again at the end of December, in January and February. They have another short dry season here in Tanzania, so those are the 2 ideal times to come. We'll be back with groups throughout the summer this year, and then again in December, January into February, over the winter months in the US, but their short dry season here. So yeah, it was a great trip, and our groups, our teams are coming down with all the gear, and we've got about 4 or 5 hours to the trailhead, and then we'll continue on with our adventure here in Tanzania, Africa. So congratulations!
We made it.
How was it?
We made it. It was a hell of an adventure, but we made it. Holy moly!
I love it.
Oh,